Welcome to LTWS Backstage Chronicles, where we take you behind the scenes of the Little Theater of Winston-Salem. I'm your host, Jessica Perry, and today we're pulling back the curtain on the artistry and imagination behind the Mystery of Edwin Drood. In this episode, Drood by Design, we'll explore the costumes, scenic design, and music that transform this playful musical into a world full of theatrical magic. We're also grateful to share this production is sponsored by First Citizens Bank. I'm joined today by costume designer Daisy Neske, scenic designer This Robot Dreams, aka Tab May, and music director Evan Wang. And we'll discuss the creative process behind bringing Drood to life on stage, from bold costumes and inventive scenic design to the music that drives the show's energy and charm. But before we get started, don't forget to subscribe to LTWS Backstage Chronicles on your favorite podcast platform so you never miss an episode. And if you enjoyed today's conversation, please leave us a review. It helps us reach more theater lovers and supports the arts. Now, let's head behind the curtain and into the wonderfully theatrical world of Drood. Welcome, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me today. I just want to go a little bit of roundabout and introduce yourself, starting to my left.
Hello, I'm Tab, the set designer.
Hi, I'm Evan. I'm the music director, and I also play the role of Neville Landless in the show.
That's right.
And I am Daisy, and I am the costume designer.
So, again, thank you for joining me today. How's everyone doing?
Good.
Great.
Really good.
How's the process coming along?
Great.
We're getting there.
All right, the designers, they're not quite as talkative as actors. So this is a very interesting show because there's a lot going on, a lot of improv, ad lib, but I want to know about the set. It's set in Victorian era. So what's that been like in designing the set for this production?
Oh, this one's been great fun. So I met with Kate Carson-Groner, the director, almost a year ago, and I don't know if this was the first question she asked, but it's the first one I remember her asking. And she said, "Can we have audience seating on stage?" And I said, "Hell yeah, we can have audience seating on stage. I don't ever get to do that. I've always wanted to do that. Let's go." And so, and it grew from there. But the point of that question was she wanted a very immersive scenery, and I love immersive scenery. And she did want to include audience members on stage so that the actors could interact with them more directly than just out in the house where they normally would. So we have 12 seats on stage that are we have these old vintage sofas that are on stage left and stage right where they'll be seated, and it is a very immersive set. We are using more of the stage than we ever have for any show prior to this. It's really wide open, and I'm struggling to find the right words because this is not a visual medium, and I can't just whip my rendering up there and show people what we have. But it's the setting for this show is the Music Hall Royale, an old British music hall in is it the 1880s or what's the date?
Would be about then, late Victorian.
Late 70s, 1883, somewhere in
Yeah.
the bustle period.
Yeah, that era. And so it's a big music hall. You walk in, you see a proscenium with a red curtain closed. We've got a box seat there. The other, oh gosh, I'm going to misremember it now, but Kate also sent out an inspiration board, collection of images. She wanted, one of the phrases she uses was dilapidated splendor. And so she had pictures of these historic old theaters that were just not in ruin, but the paint was peeling and they just looked like of their era. And she wanted that vibe. She also used the phrase opium den chic to describe it. And so we're going for that. When the audience walks in, hopefully they'll feel like they're not just walking into the Haynes brands, that they're walking into this giant room in this old Victorian theater that's kind of crumbling a bit, but we've spruced it up with new curtains and, of course,
new costumes.
New costumes. There's a lot of freshness there. But we're also doing things with the actual theater space we haven't done before, like opening up the balcony/gallery. Those of you who've been to the Haynes brands, there's the regular floor level, and then the stadium seating goes up to another level that we refer to either as the gallery or the balcony. And it's got a railing all around, and ordinarily that railing is just, it completely separates the balcony level from the stage level. But the railing is segmented, and we can remove sections. So we're doing that, and so we've got a big staircase on stage left that goes right up to the balcony. And so we'll have actors also like up on that level. There's going to be a whole area of the theater that normally we're hiding with curtains because we've got cables and equipment back there that we don't want people to see, but not for this show. For this show, it's opening up. And I really want the space to feel huge.
Oh, that is so cool. No, I'm really excited to see the set. So Daisy, I know that you and Tab, you work in the same space, and, costumes and set, like, it's a what is the word I'm looking for?
It's a collaboration between the two.
There you go.
Yes. Definitely. So, I mean, a lot of times if I am wondering what kind of palette I want to use, or if I'm thinking about colors, I will always go ask Tab, like, what were you planning on using, or what is this going to look like? And he does the same if he needs to know something maybe that I'm doing that's important to his design or set. But yeah, we always are asking, not always, but a lot of times we're asking each other, specific questions. So we do have a cohesiveness to the set and the actual costumes.
Yeah, although we really haven't done that on this one. I mean,
No.
outside of the production meetings, we kind of, we established what we're doing and agreed that it works, and we've just been on our own
Right.
track.
And I showed you, well, we kind of did, because remember I pulled inspiration fabric board and I pulled you in.
Yes,
and
exactly.
I asked you if that seems like it would work, and you said it seems exactly what I envisioned. So I think at that point we just ran with it.
Do you guys just kind of have like the same mind at this point?
I don't know.
No, I wouldn't say so. But they run in, our minds run in parallel, and there's some overlap. And there's a lot of good give and take about just like sharing ideas and inspiring each other. And so,
Have y'all had any like aha moments or troubleshooting things where you having to like figure out how to make a costume work or make a part of the set work for what the director wants or for what
Not
the
on
scene's
this
called?
show.
not on this one. No.
We've had
this is
that
pretty
in the
simple.
past, though, with other productions, like the Little Shop was a big one, and I'm sure we'll have something similar in Disney, because there
Yes.
is a lot of costuming stuff that needs to be incorporated.
Oh yes,
And
especially probably with Frozen next season.
Yeah, what did I say?
Disney.
Oh,
but I mean, it is
sorry,
Disney.
Sorry.
No,
Yeah,
you're
my
not
brain
wrong.
is just fried, but that's okay. Yes, I meant Frozen.
Yes.
Well, I think
yeah.
too, because we started the process so early. Like I said, Kate and I had our first meeting almost a year ago. We've been planning this one out a little bit longer than others. So
I was gonna ask,
We've been
like,
able to
is
do a
that
lot more
normal?
like I did a lot of troubleshooting with the set before we even had our first production meeting, sharing models and drawings with Kate, shaping it into what she needed before we even really started. So, it's nice to be prepared and plan ahead.
I know, and I feel like I'm pretty prepared this time too, because I knew from the get-go that I wanted to do a heavy built show for new costumes. So we literally, right when it got cast and we were able to get measurements, I had the ladies come in and we started sewing right away. And typically we don't do it that soon. We kind of wait about 2 or 3 weeks before tech to where we get fittings in and do alterations, make a couple things here and there. But this time we started early, and I feel like it had just made everything for me and the process easier. I don't feel stressed like I normally would, because I know I have still 2 weeks or a week and a half.
Oh, that's nice.
So, I mean, I'm still gotta, work a lot, but it's just there's not that pressure to, am I going to have enough time? Am I going to get it done? What's it going to look like?
So it sounds like this has been like a fun show. to
Oh,
work
yeah.
on.
Yeah, the costuming for me has been so fun. I absolutely love, so far, every single costume. Like, absolutely love.
I love that. What's your favorite? Do you have like a favorite era of costuming that you like to do?
No, but it seems like I do a lot of Victorians, so
You're really good at Victorian
so
costuming.
it's kind of like, okay. But yes, that kind of seems to be the thing for me right now. But no, I don't. I mean, I like it all, except like kind of campy stuff. It's hard for me to do because I don't feel like I'm that creative. So it's hard for me, but I can do it. It's just, it challenges me.
Oh, I mean, yeah, I can see that. The challenging, it can be good. It can be fun, artistically, creatively. Sometimes.
Sometimes it's a love-hate thing.
Right. So, Evan, is this your first music directing gig, I guess you could say? It's not really,
It's
my words.
It's definitely the first one that I've done with Little Theater of Winston-Salem
Right.
as a musical. I did help a little bit with A Christmas Carol just this past December. And then in between then, I also helped music direct The Full Monty at Camel
Right,
City.
yeah.
So luckily, I've had some experience there. I've had some experience with some theaters in the past, but this is my first time being a director of a little theater musical, which has been an incredible experience. Just to kind of echo what everyone else has said, and this is a credit to Kate. She also reached out over a year ago, I think, and we met to talk about her vision for the music, her vision for what we wanted things to sound like, and so I feel like I've also had a lot of time to listen to the songs, to get a feel for what it should sound like and the kind of range we want to demonstrate as well through the music.
So when you signed on to be the music director for this production, did you know you were going to audition for the show?
Yes, yeah, I knew I wanted to be in the show as well. I think it's one of those things for me where when I am in a musical, I feel like I really love learning the music. I'm a musician by training, so and then vice versa. I felt like if I was learning the music and teaching the music and helping people with the music, that I may as well also be one of the characters as well, since learning the music is more than half of the I would say more than half of the job of the actors as well. So yeah, there's a lot of overlap, and of course it was incredible to have the opportunity to be in the cast and to collaborate with the actors, and then also have my role as a director and collaborating with the production team.
Yeah, and I think that really supports the energy of the show. There's a lot of fourth wall breaking. I mean, every performer in the show has two names. They have their character name within the story, and then they have the name of the actor that they're portraying. And so just even if people aren't consciously aware that you're the music director and in the ensemble on stage, there's still that vibe there of these creators working together to make something happen. And so I like the way, I love that you're in the cast and the music director. I think that really ties things together.
Yeah,
It's very Drood-esque.
it is.
It is, yeah.
Yes, very much so. Yeah.
It is.
So you haven't. So in your role, you don't interact or have to work much with Daisy or Tab in collaborating, but you work mostly with Rachel, our choreographer, and Kate, the director.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about working with them.
Yeah, definitely. Music and dance and music and blocking have such a, not just blocking, but like delivery of lines and timing. There's so much that's going into this show that involves music in ways that maybe a traditional musical wouldn't necessarily have. For instance, I believe this is one of the few shows that Little Theater has done that will feature live music extensively. So we'll have piano, violin, flute, trombone, and we may even feature some surprise appearances from other instruments.
That's
And
exciting.
Yeah.
Where are these musicians going to go?
So the musicians will all be members of the cast as well. That's
Oh.
also part of the excitement. Is
So
that
how many
we're not-
actors can play instruments?
Quite a few. That's something that we looked for when we were asking, auditionees, what can you do for us? And part of that was, can you play an instrument? And if they could, we looped them in. And so they'll be, again, as part of the immersive experience, they will be somewhere on stage. They may even be featured within scenes, again, with that sort of fourth wall breaking. I don't want to give too many spoilers, but it's just such a very important part of the show that we have the live music and we have it as an element of the storytelling and not just something that's in the background or substituting for a track. So I think that's what part of what makes the music in the show really, really special.
Yes, because it's set in a musical hall, so it's
No, that sounds,
narrative driven. We're not just shoehorning them in there
Yeah. And we
because
have
we
some-
can or want to. It really does.
And we have
it
some
does.
Foley stuff too going on.
sorry, this show, I've been really excited about this show all season. It just sounds like a lot of fun. I feel like if I could have been in any show, since I've been with Little Theater, I feel like this would have been a lot of fun to be in. The cast just seems to be a lot of fun to rehearse with. You have more experience with that, Evan.
Yeah, it's an incredible cast. I feel very fortunate to have the actors and, of course, the directors that we do. I'll just talk a little bit about Rachel. She's our choreographer. She's done such an incredible job working with both the music and with the ability of our actors as dancers, and kind of in addition to the live music aspect, we also have some tricks, if you will, that some actors are doing within the dance. Just kind of fun little things that show off their physical abilities, right? So it's all about just bringing in whatever talent that we have and putting it all out on display. And so we've had a great working relationship, especially as we're both kind of getting into the show more, and we're constantly communicating about, what if we tried this here, or what if we used or changed something about this track here. And so it's been really nice to work with people who are so open to different ideas as well.
So I know this show has multiple different choices and endings and various things that the audience can choose from. What has that been like in the rehearsal process for music and maybe even choreography?
Yeah, so again, not to reveal too much, but after the premise of the story, right, is that Charles Dickens was unable to finish the novel, The Mystery of Edwin Drood. So when Rupert Holmes, the composer, picked this back up, he decided that he was going to make the rest of the show that was not written up to the vote of the audience. So after the audience decides to cast their vote, there is actually a sequence of almost 7 songs of pretty much uninterrupted music. And many of those songs will feature a different combination of actors every night. So that's really, it's been fun, but also challenging to kind of have to practice all the different combinations. And there's obviously, movement and choreography that goes with that as well. So really a fun challenge, and fun to see as well what the different actors are doing and how they're interpreting their particular ending of the show.
So you all have to be ready to adapt and to go at a moment's notice, which I feel like kind of the rehearsal process has given you guys a little bit of practice with that, and having to change locations and adapt on the fly as our new home is under renovations. And so, but this is one of those shows that no 2 shows are going to be the same. They're going to be different every single night. You can come multiple nights.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's going to be a different show.
There are more actual combinations than there are shows as well. So we could literally get a different show every single night, and we might not even get through all the combinations.
With
Yeah.
there being so much breaking of the fourth wall, is there like ad-libbing, improv, and things like that that's happening? Or is it strictly like by the lines?
There definitely will be an aspect of improv. And I imagine that some of that, or actually a lot of that rather, will come from our adventure seating, our onstage audience through those interactions. And we want for people to, in the audience, to feel free, to feel that they can, have a role in the show because they are also part of it, even sitting on stage and just interacting. So I can't wait to see, what those kind of elements will add. And definitely, in addition to just the different endings, it's just one of those shows where through the breaking of the fourth wall and through all of the controlled chaos that happens, there'll definitely be opportunities
I love that.
for ad-libbing.
Controlled chaos.
Exactly.
That's me. I'm controlled chaos. No. So I know that this is a very immersive show. The audience has an opportunity to really be involved in it. But I think with like the set and the costumes, because I know for actors, they really get into it once they get on the set and when they get into costume, and then it's real for them. And I feel like the way you were describing the set and the costumes, that this is going to kind of be immersive for them as well.
Yes, I hope so. In fact, I would encourage any audience members who choose the adventure seating to dress up if they like. You don't have to just come in your 21st century clothing.
Oh,
if you own a top hat or a bowler, go ahead and wear it.
And if you don't, you can rent it from the little theater. What we have left.
We can rent full costumes.
Yes, absolutely. Daisy
Styled
would be
by
happy
me.
to. Yes, she'd be happy to style. In fact, she might would prefer it.
Yes, and
Cohesion.
if I didn't make it clear earlier when I was describing the onstage seating, the adventure seating is the name that we've given to those seats. So if anyone's interested in booking, that's what you'll either ask for or look for on the website.
Right, because it is an adventure. If you're looking for just a fun time to just have good laughs and have a fun story to tell later.
Yeah, well, and we got that name from Triad Stage, rest in peace. In 2012, they did a show called Shipwrecked, and that's where I first encountered the concept of adventure seating. They had onstage seating. Now, it was not an interactive show as far as I remember, and the seats were kind of tucked in a corner in a way that the rest of the audience didn't really see them. But that name stuck in my head. And so when we said we were going to do onstage seating, that was the first name I thought of. And we couldn't think of anything better because, yes, if you sit in those chairs, you don't know what's going to happen. It'll be something new. It will be an adventure.
I mean, I know this is the first time that we've done this seating. Well, since we've been with the Little Theater, I know we had kind of played around with the idea during 39 Steps, and it's been something that we've kind of wanted to do.
That's right, we did. I forgot about that.
We thought about it.
Because 39 Steps had those box seats, and I thought, what if we put an audience member in one of those? But
ultimately, they wouldn't have been able to see
that.
much.
Right, the sight lines in those seats were terrible, and they wouldn't. It wouldn't have worked for that.
They'd
but,
watch the audience.
Yes, but no, I'm glad we finally found a show that will let us do that and take full advantage of it. So I'm really excited about that.
They seem to be selling really well, so it's exciting. I hear lots of people excited about trying those seats, so it's really fun, and I hope it's something that we could do again.
Oh yes, absolutely.
So, okay, do we have any a favorite part about this show, or a story, or anything that's been happening in the costume shop or in the scene shop, about volunteers or rehearsals, or anything that has just been exciting to you about Drood? Take a minute. You can think about it. It's fine. I kind of threw that question on you.
Yeah. I don't know. It's all been a lot of fun. I mean, I guess for me, right now, maybe because I'm in it, but I really enjoy doing the fittings because everything that I envision in my head and that I pull and put on a rack comes to life because I actually get to put it on the actor and I get to see it. So for me, that's very exciting. And I love that part of it. And then
Yeah, so that's like it coming to life for you, like when the
Right.
actors are on stage and they put on their costume. Yeah.
Right.
Yours is the creation.
Yeah, just seeing them for the first time in costume.
What's it like when you have this vision in your head of what a costume is going to look like and then you see it on the actor for the first time?
It's amazing. That's why I do it. No, really, like, and when I love it, it makes me so happy. I mean, there's times that I put things on people and I'm like, I don't like this, or there's something missing, and I'll go home and it doesn't sit with me and I keep thinking about it. And then I come in and I look at something and I see it and I'm like, that's it. And then I tweak it a little bit and it's everything that I thought like it would be in my head.
I feel like that's
awesome.
the way with a lot of artists, like, painters or like cake designers or anything where they have this vision in their head and they create it and then
Yeah.
like step back. And Tab, I know yours doesn't really come to life until
Yes, until we're in the theater
And you're in the set.
load in, and yeah, it takes a while to get there. I think what I'm enjoying most about this show, though, is the fact that I've now been in this job long enough, like 3.5 years, and I've built enough stock pieces for other shows that fit this one. That there's almost nothing. There's one thing I'm building from scratch, which is a new staircase. But otherwise, we mentioned the box seats earlier that I built for 39 steps, and I've been saving those. And finally, we do this show. I get to use one of the box seats, columns that I've built. We have these wonderful windows in stock that I get. It's just like. Yeah, there's not a lot to do. It's just pulling all the giant Lego sets out together and merging them into one big environment. And
oh, that's cool.
yeah,
I wonder how many shows.
oh yeah, you know what? I should do a breakdown and
Yes.
list all the shows.
We should do
that
like a bingo card and like see if you can guess
the scenic
what
DNA
shows.
that is in Edwin
What
Drood.
shows was these set pieces from?
Yeah.
Right.
So yeah, that's what it's like for me. It's just putting all the puzzle pieces together.
Yeah. I kind of have two favorite moments that I thought of. First one was actually before rehearsals began. This was, I guess, at callbacks. It's that feeling when you are listening to, because to give some context as well, at callbacks, we typically have our actors read and also sing through certain excerpts from the show. And which is really incredible if you think about it, because this is before we've even started the whole process. But people are coming in really prepared and having rehearsed their little part of the song, and it's just it's that aha moment when you find the perfect actor or actress for the role, and just based on how they sing it, and because it's a musical, right? Music and then the singing is such an important part of each character, and so you can tell almost immediately, oh, you're perfect for this role. And even though casting itself can sometimes be a messy and complicated process, there was a lot of joy in seeing these characters come alive even before the process started. And then the second moment, I guess, maybe a collection of moments, which is actually what we're going through right now, is starting to put the show together. I think off-book date was yesterday, so scripts are out of hands. We're starting to play. We have tons of props coming in, thanks to our wonderful stage manager, Kathy. And so there's been a lot of joy in discovering how to play and how to finally, once we lose the scripts, work with more direct interactions and moments and timing. And so the putting together process, I think, is one of my favorite parts of shows, just because there's so much. Obviously, there's a lot that goes wrong, too, and some of those are really, really funny. But there's a lot that goes right, and then you can start to see how the show is really going to fit together.
I think it's interesting for those who could be listening who aren't familiar with the process of theater. Maybe you've never come to see a show, or you've only come to see shows and you've never participated. But it is a lot of moving pieces, and everyone's got their parts and they're working on them individually. And there's a lot of collaboration and communication that has to go on in between. But for the most part, it's choreography rehearsals here, music rehearsals there, blocking and costume design and set design, and it all comes together for a week of tech, and you have that week to bring all the pieces together like a puzzle and make it fit together and hone it and craft it and get it ready for opening night. So you bring in the set, you bring in the costumes and the actors and the music and the dance and the lights. Let's not forget the lights. The lights are important too. Unfortunately, Danny couldn't be here today. But that's what creates this world and this magic of the shows. And that's what I love about theater is it's everyone coming together to tell a story, to make people feel something, to move people, to entertain people and excite the audience. And the audience, you may not realize this, but you're more so in this show than other ones, but you're always a part of it. Your reactions, your energy that you bring when you come to see a show, it carries over to the actors, and the actors give back. And this show even more so because there's audience participation, there's voting, there's breaking of the fourth wall. It's incredibly immersive, and no two shows are going to be the same. So I think it's really wonderful what we have going on here with Drood, and I can't wait to see it. Do we have any final words or anything you'd like people to take away about the design parts, what you do, this show in particular?
No, I don't want to spoil anything else. Just come see the show.
Definitely, there's going to be some unexpected moments, and there's going to be a wide range of things that happen and possibilities. So hopefully that is a very intriguing draw, that you're really going to get something unique and hopefully something that you've never seen or heard before.
Well, I encourage everyone to go ahead and get your tickets to come and see the show, get your adventure seating, and you know what? Why don't you rent some costumes from Daisy while you're at it and let her style you? You can reach her at Costume Shop at LTWS.org. That's Costume Shop, standard spelling, at LTWS.org. So that's all for today's episode of LTWS Backstage Chronicles. We hope you enjoyed this behind-the-scenes look at the creativity, collaboration, and theatrical magic that make the Mystery of Edwin Drood such a visually and musically exciting production. I can't wait. A heartfelt thank you to Daisy, Tab, and Evan for sharing their artistry, insight, and passion for bringing this world to life. And a special thank you to First Citizens Bank for sponsoring the Mystery of Edwin Drood and supporting the arts in our community. Don't forget, if you like what you heard, please subscribe, leave us a review, and share this podcast with your fellow theater lovers. You can find LTWS Backstage Chronicles on all major streaming platforms, and visit us online at ltofws.org for tickets, show information, and upcoming events. Thank you for joining us throughout this season of LTWS Backstage Chronicles. Until next time, I'm Jessica Perry, and a special thanks to our 91st season media sponsor, Such and Such Media, for helping us share these stories. And as always, we'll see you at the theater. The views and opinions of this podcast are those of the contributor and not necessarily those of our distributors and hosting company. This podcast is copyrighted. Use of this podcast without express permission may result in alien blood-sucking plants taking over the world. You have been warned.